Oh, I see my guest is ready. So we're going to start this off because you guys know I like to cut the small talk, baby. So here we go. Welcome to Sip and Snip. I'm your host, Palma, and she loves it. That's right, honey. I love it. And I'm so excited to share today's conversation with you all. My guest today is an internationally recognized artist, educator, and visionary whose work has inspired audiences and artists around the world. Celebrated for his breathtaking avant-garde creations and unforgettable moments on stage, he has built a career fueled by passion, creativity, and a desire to push the boundaries of what hair can be. For decades, he has transformed hair into experiences, captivated audiences with his inspiration and imagination. And today, with this global international artist, his work is truly bold, imaginative, and often larger than life. Some artists create hairstyles, others create moments, and well, my next guest creates standing ovations. And yes, he lives for the applause. Today, we'll talk about the artist behind the artistry, the inspiration behind the creations, and what he hopes stays with us long after the applause fades. So, pull up a chair, grab your drink, and please help me welcome the one and only Omar Antonio. All right, Omar, I know that you're there. You're going to press the request button and you got to come on and join me live because we are ready for this. We got people logged on and ready for this moment with you. There you are. I see you. Oh my God, guys, I'm so excited for Omar. All right, here we go. We're going live. Here we go. Okay, let's get ready for this, honey. Look, I'm wearing my spicy peppers today for some good vibes, and
Yes.
here he is. We are
Hi.
welcoming Omar Antonio, baby. How are you?
Well, I'm excellent. I got to tell you, my top lip's a little sweaty. You're doing this amazing introduction for me, and I'm like, I hope I know how to log on. I don't want to be that guy like international artist can't even get on Instagram. But
Come on.
yes,
You
I'm
know what?
here.
Listen, you want to know what I always say when it comes to technology? I say, honey, look, you give me a pair of shears and I will cut circles around you.
Right.
You give me a laptop, an
Mm-mm.
iPhone, an iPad, and I'm like, hello, how does
I,
this thing work?
yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like
So,
calling for my husband, like, fix this, fix this. It's hard enough for me to get the ring light on my face without looking like a mess.
honey,
Anyways.
listen, I don't even use the ring light anymore because I
Mm.
wear glasses and then you
Oh,
see
right.
everything. So you know what? People deal with the shade.
I heard that.
All right, I deal with the shadows. There's no shadow around me, no shades around me because, baby, we're
Yeah.
here with Omar.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like when I first started, like during pandemic, is when I first started doing stuff online,
Yeah,
and the Wella and Sebastian company sent me a couple of ring lights so that I can start doing this at home. But just like I had never done that before, Zoom and all
yeah,
that stuff. And I remember they said let's do a test run before you do your first class. And so we got on, and I have
yeah,
I'm used to showing up to a production, and there's like people, there's
yeah,
light people and camera people and makeup
yep,
people. So I'm in my kitchen, right? And I got my
yep,
backdrop and everything. And I'm like, well, how does everything? Well, your voice sounds good. Everything. We need a little bit more light on you. I'm like, listen, I've got 7 ring lights. I mean, I have my refrigerator door open so that little light bulb can hit my face. I'm getting a tan. Like, this is it. This is what you're getting. Okay.
You're like, this is as bright as I get, honey,
That's
and
it.
do not dim my lights, okay?
No. Listen,
Said
can you
Omar.
see my hands? Yes. Okay, let's go.
Right. You know what? You know what? I'm Italian, so this is how we converse, all right? There you
Latin over
go.
here.
Speaking of husbands, happy Father's Day.
Thank you so
I
much. Yeah,
hope you
father
had
of
a great
4.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got to see
yeah.
my kids. It's very rare when you have such a large family to get all of them together now that they're all adults. But yeah, I've had a great Father's Day, and thank you very
So,
much.
you know, Omar, I do want to say this before we really cut the small talk and get into all the nitty gritty. But years ago, I saw you at, an event in Las Vegas. I believe it was the NAHA Awards.
Hmm.
And It's just been incredible to watch you as not only like the artist, because that's what people see. They see this vision, an artist, they see someone who's created, hair into a whole other realm.
Mm,
But I've actually got to know you
mm-hmm.
throughout the years and see the real Omar. And I feel
Yeah.
very lucky to have seen that. You
Well,
may not have noticed
mm-hmm.
me, but I've noticed you. You've made a
Oh,
mark completely, not only on myself as an artist, but on our entire industry.
yeah.
You have graced the stages and created some magical moments. You've made us hair artists feel unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to just say thank you for being who you are, authentically who you are. This is why I created this platform, because I feel like, yes, you live for the applause, but we want to know who Omar is off the
Mm-hmm.
stage and
Mm-hmm.
what makes you who you are truly: a father, a
Mm-hmm.
husband, a
Mm-hmm.
visionary, someone who doesn't let fear stop him. And I feel so ever grateful. So thank you so
Thank
much
you. Oh my
for
gosh, thank you
spending
so
this
much.
time with me. I know sometimes it's so hard to hear someone speak such positive, love towards another person, but we need to change the narrative.
I
We
agree.
deserve this. You
Yeah.
deserve this.
Thank
And
you.
so I want to start and get right into it and
Yeah.
just go into all the nitty gritty about, I mean, look behind you. My God, like the
Mm-hmm.
pictures on the walls, the things that inspire you, and then the things that you've created to inspire us. So I start every episode off with, what are you sipping on? Now I know you're in Cali, right? You're in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
It's 10:30 in the morning.
10:30. So I got my coffee in
I got
my
one too, okay?
Trevor Wayne cup.
Chin
Mm-hmm.
chin, baby. Chin chin to you. And thank
Chin
you again.
chin.
So
Oh,
let's
good.
take a sip. I gotta take a sip
Yeah.
of my macchiato, okay? Because it's
All right.
1:30 over here.
Right,
So
right.
I couldn't do a cappuccino. It's like
Right.
it's now gone into the macchiato.
Oh, I need
Double
this.
shot of
Oh,
espresso, right?
yeah.
Okay. Mm. Yummy. I love it. That's, coffee is in my veins. That's my kryptonite is espresso. So here we
Mm-hmm.
go. Omar, your work often has blurred the lines between hair and art. And for me, hair is art.
Oh, yeah.
And you've really done that throughout your career. But I want to know those moments that you've realized, hey, I want to make this an experience and not just a hairstyle. Tell me about that.
Well, I think I'm about 75% colorblind. So that's a lot of people freak out when they hear about that. I don't see a lot of color. Like I can't see the color red, this type of thing. So when I got into cosmetology school,
Wow.
I went right to hair cutting, right? And
Yeah.
styling. And I come from a very creative family. And so I've always dove into like seeing the silhouette, positive negative space, um balance, this type of thing. My eyes go more towards that before
That's
color.
incredible.
And
Wow.
so I always was into I have a dance background, so I've always been into like storytelling. So I used to love to just grab my fellow dancers and just do their hair, my daughters, my wife at the
Yeah.
time, and just create cool shapes and textures. And I think it's always kind of just been in there. It wasn't until, and I loved cosmetology school. I was a hair nerd in cosmetology. I just wanted to learn everything, everything. But it wasn't until I was introduced to the Sebastian family, which was early on in my career. And I remember I sent in and I got interviewed and sent in an application. I don't know how it did happen, but
Yeah.
I ended up in Los Angeles with an interview. And I remember at that time, passing over my portfolio, which was literally 35 millimeter camera photos,
I
that
love
I
it.
took of just before it's, phones and stuff. And
Yes.
so, but I remember in my interview, I remember Robert Labetta and Michael Polsinelli,
Yes.
the creative
Yes.
directors, and they said, they're looking at my book and they said, these aren't real models, are they? And I'm like, no, those are my friends. They're like, uh-huh. They're like, that's not this isn't a real photographer, right? I'm like, no, I
Yeah.
have a 35 millimeter camera. And they're like, they're like, you're not
Right.
there. You're not there yet. As far as technical, but that we can teach you. They said it,
Love
but
it.
you're creative. And I
Yeah.
remember my first time going to the iZone in Los Angeles to the Sebastian Hub and walking in, and I got to do my first event with the Sebastian Company was a very large, huge runway show,
Wow.
all avant-garde. And I remember walking into this one that was called Jerry's Room, and Michael Polsinelli had all these mannequin heads with these avant-garde hair pieces, and I was like, I'm home. Like this
Right?
is where I belong, and
Yeah.
that's I think where that's where the first time I ever thought to myself, like, I could actually do something more, next
Yes.
level,
Yes.
and take my creativity to a whole new level. This year marks my 20th anniversary with the Sebastian Company, 20 years
Wow.
later after that audition, and here I am.
That's
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
incredible. It's
Hmm.
absolutely incredible. And to hear you sharing with us, like, the color blindness and
Hmm.
then how that didn't really stop you from
Mm-mm.
creating, and then the inspiration behind the family that you have with Sebastian, and for someone to obtain a career within one community and one
Hmm.
company, it
Hmm.
really is a lot to say about that brand and who
Oh,
they
yeah, I
stand
tell
next
you,
to, right?
100%. I've been with the Wella Sebastian Company for 20 years, and I mean, just the amount of support that they give me, the
Yeah.
platforms they give me, they believe in me so much, and that's why I'm still here today doing my own one-man show now, you know?
Well,
So it's
Omar, we all believe in you. You've done
mm,
things like I've said, like it's just you take the imagination and you bring it to life. Over the years of seen you and we've spoken, and I'm like, all right, I like to call myself the queen of avant-garde.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I've just
mm-hmm.
been That's been my realm, and so this is where I feel so connected to you
Yeah, yeah,
because it's
totally.
so hard to really ask questions in regards to how do we create things. When you are
Mm-hmm,
avant-garde, it is because you are avant-garde.
mm-hmm,
You exude something that you cannot articulate into words. So it's
mm-hmm.
really hard to describe how we come up with an idea or where it came from.
Right.
It's inside of us. It's
Yeah.
something that's embedded within us. I myself was also truly inspired by Robert Labetta. He is
Mm-hmm.
really one of my reasons why I went into that area within the world of hair art. I
Yeah,
don't call us hairstylists, hairdressers. Sure, that word will come out because naturally it does, but we are true hair artists.
totally.
And I like
Totally.
to I need to talk about the hair gowns because I'm a
Mm-hmm.
big fan of that as well. And creating a few myself, so I know exactly what it takes to creating these pieces.
Yeah.
Even though you can't see color, Omar, you've allowed us to see color
Mm.
in a feeling, in an
Mm-hmm.
emotion,
Mm-hmm.
by watching your work on stage. You say many times over and over again that you live for the applause.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what that means to you?
Yeah, yeah. To me, well, I mean, I love the cockiness. Like, I live for the applause. Everyone clap for me. No, just like you were saying, I spend a lot of time alone in my art studio with these ideas that I have, mood boarding. I like to doodle. I like to draw
Yeah,
sketches, and I have this huge wall full of sketches. And sometimes those sketches they're three little lines, but it's up there. I see something there. Something is
right.
there, and sometimes it'll be on that wall for years, and then one day
Right.
I'll pick it down and do this and that. But I live for the applause. I love that because I do sit in a room and with these ideas, and I start something like a dress made out of
Yeah.
hair, and I have the idea, and it takes months to make these,
Oh, I
and
know.
I'm sitting there, I'm stitching and this and that. I have the perfect example.
Tell.
Is I finish a dress that's on a mannequin. I have the arm. I have this. My dresses are in anywhere from 8 to 12 pieces
Yeah.
because when I get there, I have to sew them all together onto that model. If in
Incredible.
Japan, yeah, and in Japan the models are a little smaller,
Yeah.
Russia. So and this is hair. This is not you
Yes.
don't pull it out of a bag and zip it up the back, right? So,
That's right.
um, but I make these dresses, and then to see, get to the show, you meet the most beautiful model who's going to wear this. You sew them into the dress. We
Yeah.
have OPI nail people there to do the
Oh,
nails. We have
God.
makeup artists, shoes. You get them all
Gorgeous.
together, and you literally see this dress come to life. It's a
Like,
character.
Yes.
I have been the luckiest man in the whole entire world to have worked with the best models who make these dresses come to life. 2 years ago, I got the greatest honor to be on stage at the Contessa's, and
Yes.
I
Woo!
remember Contessa said, "We want to see all the dresses that had never been done," and I said, "Yeah." So I went there, and I remember I was backstage, and there was a couple people, magazines, and there was a little film crew back there. They were interviewing me, and they were saying, where do you get the inspiration? How long does this dresses take? Da 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 da. And I was so excited. They said, well, listen, we're going to go into the audience. We cannot wait to
Yes.
see this come to life. And I said, I cannot wait to see
Yes.
this come to life.
Yes.
And I got to see it. And I tell you, all of the hard work and all of the ideas, and some of the ideas failed, but that's good because I got something new out of it.
Oh,
But I get on
absolutely.
stage and I do my showcase,
Yeah.
and there's something about hearing the applause at the end and thinking I did that, like, and just like you said, you explained it so well. I made the audience feel something, you know what I
Yes.
mean? They thought, like, I like when the audience has to sit forward and say, what the hell, how did he do that, what is that?
Yes.
But it's not just, you know yeah, I don't know. It's putting
I get
together
it.
a story and then having the audience. When I hear that applause, it makes my heart feel like thank you for liking what I
Yes.
created. I create for myself, but if someone else in the audience sees it and they clap for me, that makes me feel like I've touched somebody. So that's what that means.
You absolutely do. Omar, I was so grateful and honored to be hosting the
Hmm.
Contessa's that year. And then to see you there, it was just, my heart melted because
Mm,
I knew what we were all about to see, what the world was about to see. Your premiere, the first
yeah.
time showcasing these gowns and
Hmm.
what it meant to you. The applause was a love letter from our industry to you to say thank you. That you see us as much as we see you
Mm,
without getting so spiritual and going on about how much we touch people's lives. The applause
mm,
says it without having to use the words.
yeah.
Every time you say, I live for the applause, when you use that in your posts, it makes me feel seen as an artist.
Mm,
It really truly does, because I feel there is such a small window for us artists who create without using artificial intelligence, which can be
right.
helpful for other people,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but there's
Hmm.
there's a space for us artists that don't use other forms of artistry, if you want to call it that,
Hmm.
and we
Hmm.
use our hands.
Yeah.
This
And that's
gift
why
right
and
here.
that's yes, absolutely, and that's why I love, like, that experience at Contessa's or Naha, because you are
Yes,
on stage, there is no
yes,
filter to be put on that,
that's
so you
right.
just yeah, I
Omar,
love it.
that's why I do this live.
Yeah.
Because this is a real raw moment. Sometimes when things get recorded, things
Uh-huh.
get lost in translation.
Edited, or you can edit
Yeah,
it, yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be edited. I don't want you
Mm-mm.
and I to ever be edited, because this is who we are.
Right.
And again, like back to the talents of our hands, and then what it does after, which is
Mm-hmm.
give you the applause that you deserve and
Mm.
what our industry deserves. So thank you
That's
for
right.
sharing what that meant to
Absolutely.
you. I love all these bits and pieces that we're really getting to know Omar,
Right.
because nobody ever really gets to hear this. And
Yeah,
so thank you for sharing that. I mean,
absolutely.
after the applause fades,
Hmm.
tell me, what do you really hope stays with someone who sees your art?
I think after the applause, I just want my shows to and my creations to just last, um, as a whole. I
Yeah.
like to tell stories, and I think what I want people to after they see the show and after they say, "Wow, did you see this? That was so cool." I hope that invokes some sort of urge to push creativity.
Yeah.
I think I would like people to continue to surround themselves with artists and not just hairstylists. If
Yes.
you like I said, if you look at me, I spend a lot of time at my art studio and coming up with these creations. But if you see the people that I hang out with, like my dear friends, I'm in everything from a burlesque performer
I was
to
going to say, you were a dancer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Going to a sculptor. I
Yes.
live in a community where there's a lot of artists, but just surrounding yourself with creativity and creative people, and it's more than a haircut, and it's more than a
Absolutely.
color. It's an experience, whether you're behind the chair or competing or
Yeah.
getting on stage.
I love one post that you shared. I believe you made like a bustier, like you formed
Oh
a bust. Like,
yes.
see, look how you and I get giddy about this stuff. Like, it
Yes.
is just, listen,
Something's
right?
coming.
I cannot wait. I
Something's
cannot wait.
coming. I
All right.
actually
I know
have
you can't tell us, but yeah, you
no.
actually have. Continue.
I actually have two events coming up.
Okay.
One will be the biggest show of my career. That's coming up. And then the
Do we
other
have a
one is
location?
going
Do
to
we have
be
a
with.
location?
Nope, I can't say a word. It's on
You guys, I
Earth. I
tried.
can tell you that it's on the Earth, the planet Earth.
It's on
Um,
yours.
no,
Okay, okay.
another thing that I have going on is I have been chosen to showcase all eight of my hairdresses, a 6 month residency, my own art show on mannequins at a art gallery in San Diego, California,
Amazing.
at the Museum of Textile Arts. So I have my own
That
show.
congratulations. That's a
Thank you so
huge
much.
honor.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Omar.
Yeah, it's going to be next year in
Ah,
October. What's really funny
okay.
is that I was making these, these dresses. After dress
Yeah.
number 5, I started dress number 6, and dress number 6 is taking forever. And then all of a sudden, I got the opportunity to do a show, and I thought of dress number 7, so I actually skipped
Ah,
over dress 6. Dress 6 is in a
sometimes it
cardboard
happens.
box.
It's
So
okay.
I have from now until next October to finish dress number 6.
Perfect.
It will be the biggest dress. It will be the centerpiece. So we will be unveiling
Gorgeous.
that
Well,
at my thing. Yeah,
I'm
at
a
my
size
show.
8. I'm a size
Okay,
8.
girl.
So, I mean, that's why it's taking you some time. I get it. It's hard.
That's right. That's right.
No, honestly, it would be a huge honor. I know exactly what it takes to put in that time and energy into making a hair
Oh
gown.
yeah.
I've done a
Yeah.
few myself, so I
Yeah.
know exactly what it takes. And
hmm
finding how to allow your creativity to flow without being stopped. And sometimes I find that when we are stopped, that's the universe telling us to stand back and
Absolutely.
approach and look at that canvas from a different light, walking
Totally.
away from it, and then that's the
Yeah.
one that's going to
hmm
give you the applause
I'm telling you, this
you're looking
dress
for.
unveiling dress number 6 is going to be insane, because this is, like I
Yes,
said, it's this will take me months and months and months and months
I
to make.
know.
But when
I
it's
know.
done, it's so
It's
funny. I
so
start these
gorgeous.
dresses. When you start something and you're like
Yes.
halfway through and you're like, why did I do this? What? Can
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
just put some tulle on the bottom? It's fine. Put her on
Yeah.
safe. But you
I
keep
hear
going,
you.
and
Does she really need a bottom? Like,
no, that's right.
she'll be okay. She can do the runway. It's not
Right.
a mannequin.
It's
No,
long
I
enough. It's long
yes.
enough.
It'll cover
Yeah,
everything.
that's
It's
right.
not an X-rated show,
That's
okay?
right. That's right.
Maybe that's the next thing you do is a burlesque inspired.
Something's coming,
Okay,
mama.
okay. I will shut up. I will shut up.
Something's
So yes,
coming.
Palma, something's coming. Hold on to
hmm
your panties. I hear
hmm
you. Omar,
it's happening this year, so you'll.
okay, okay. All right. We will
hmm
hold on for this. This is what we
hmm
were looking for. I love that we got to spend this time together, even just to get some insight into who you are without really talking about hair. I mean,
Right.
we're talking about it, but we're kind of like what's happening with you and what has
hmm
brought you to these moments and then what's next. And
Right.
that's what we're so excited about
Love
is
it.
to continue to watch your journey, Omar. And I've been so lucky. We kept saying, when are we going to collaborate? When are we going to
Yeah,
collaborate? And
yeah,
we
yeah.
were like, this was our moment to
That's
collaborate.
it. That's
And
it.
if something else happens, you know where to find me, honey. I'm one
That's
phone
right.
call away. I just absolutely love everything that you're doing. But before we end this amazing conversation, I always end each episode off with a little snippet of advice. So,
Mm,
this is what I want to ask you. What is one
okay.
piece of advice you'd like to leave with artists, creatives, and dreamers who are watching today?
Again, it goes back to Surround yourself with creative people. That's it. That's all. That will always be my advice. Remember where you came from and look at where you are today. And you are right where you're supposed to be today. If you didn't get that job, if you didn't get that opportunity, there's a reason.
Yes.
Surround yourself with creative people. That would be my bit of advice.
Absolutely, Omar, and I am so grateful I am right here with you today.
Mm,
Thank you. Thank you so much. This
thank
is
you.
your applause.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for having me.
I am so grateful that you took this time in your morning and to have your cup of coffee with me. I really appreciate you and love you so much. We all admire you. We cannot wait to see what is up your sleeve for the rest of the
Yeah, yeah.
year and the years to come. Whatever you do, Omar, continue to create, continue to lead with love and be authentically who you are because the world loves you. And thank you to everyone who tuned in live. And for those of you who
Yes.
missed it, it'll be up, ready to watch right after this on YouTube. And Omar, thank you so much. Much love.
Thank you for having me. Love you so much. Thank you.
Love you. We'll see you soon. Ciao.
All right.
Mwah.